Hi, today we're going to talk about confidence. Confidence is one of those things that make a big difference in how you're able to achieve the goals you have, direct you in your purposes, and to find the abundance that you're looking for. I truly believe that when we have strong self-confidence and we can couple that with knowledge in things that matter, that is what brings abundance to our lives. So what are some of the things that matter that we'd want knowledge in? Well, it could be in developing our talents. It could be in a solid education. It could be in something as simple, which is never taught, as understanding how money works, or as I refer to it as financial literacy. So understanding those things, having a good knowledge of them, and coupling that with really good self-confidence, that can make all the difference in the world to the things you want to achieve and to the abundance that you want to live with. So I want to talk about confidence right now. I teach voice. That's one of the things I love to do. It's a hobby I have that's semi-professional in it, in that I've been a performer my whole life, and I started teaching other people some of the techniques and things that I've learned, and I refer to it as kind of semi because it's not what I do full time, but I love to do it, and I'm pretty good at it, at getting the sounds from people that they're hoping to get and that I know will bring out their confidence. Now, I say that because one of the most interesting things in teaching voice, whether it's for a singer or if it's for a speaker, is that as they develop their voice, their confidence just grows. For years, I had the opportunity to work with a number of young people in performing groups, and what would take place is we would work with them. They would become more comfortable on a stage performing than sometimes they were in front of other people just speaking to them, because they understood that voice, that talent that they had so well. Well, the goal is that no matter whether we're speaking or singing, or it doesn't matter, that we're so comfortable with this instrument that we have, this wonderful talent that's been given to us, that we can express ourselves as we'd like to. I'm going to tell a story, and I tell this to each of my students so that they have an understanding of how we develop our voice from the very beginning. So we have here in our throat these two little cords that we refer to obviously as vocal cords down here, and then there's a larynx that's above there. And this larynx goes up and down depending on a number of different things. But in singing, we want to keep this larynx as low as we possibly can. It allows us to use our full cord so that we can get the very best sound that we can, the most full sound and the nicest tone when we can use our entire cord. Well, what's interesting about this crazy larynx is it has a little bit of a mind of its own. And when we are not confident, when we're apprehensive, this larynx, we're unconscious about it. It has a tendency to like to defy gravity and move up. Let me give you an example of this. I tell this story to my students. If you want to ask a young lady out, in my day, we would use a telephone, which actually was connected to a cord to the wall, and there was one or two in a house. People didn't walk around with them like we do today. So when you were to call that person to see if they wanted to go on a date, you had to hope they were close to the telephone, or at least somebody could be there. And when I first started calling, we were on what was called a party line, and you had to wait to see if you could even call. There might be somebody else on that same line that would kick you off and you couldn't you couldn't even make the phone call. But once you got through to mom or dad, or perchance if that young lady picked up, here's how this conversation typically went. I'm calling and I go, "Hi, is Julie there?" And the father or the mother's like, "Yeah, let me get her." And they go get Julie. And Julie comes to the phone and she's like, "Hello?" And you're like, "Julie?" And if she recognizes your voice at all, she's going to say, "Yes." Hear that larynx go up? You're going to say, this is Tim Felicia, and I was calling to see if you might want to go, maybe to a movie. And she is going to give us the answer without saying hardly anything. If she says, "Oh, yes," she really wants to go. If she says, "Oh, that's a no." That's a no. Do you hear the difference in the voice? The minute she was apprehensive or nervous, that larynx went up. When it was a no, there was no nervousness. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Now, young ladies, this works the same for you as it does for the young men if you're in the asking mode or whatever. So our confidence is expressed a lot by this voice. And what I try to teach my students and what I'd like to share with each of you is how we speak, how this larynx is positioned, our cadence, how fast we go, how slow we go, how we enunciate, how we breathe as we're having a conversation. All of these things exude confidence or a lack of confidence. So there's more to it, obviously. There's eyes, there's your how your posture is, perhaps your hand motions and stuff. But what gives it away more than anything else is our voice. In my day-to-day work, I deal a lot with clients where we are introducing new concepts to them, products, financial opportunities for them to move towards. And it is really an interesting thing to hear the difference in where their larynx is based on what we're talking about. And we can understand a lot about the client without them having to say yes, no, or whatever. I can hear it in their voice. And because of that, hopefully I'm asking the right questions to move past whatever their concerns might be. But confidence is something that we all want to develop. It helps us become so much more productive, and it helps us move to that next phase of pursuing our purpose. And all the things that we're doing, we always want to be moving in that direction. So I thought I'd share that with you today. Enjoy today. Be confident. It's going to be a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.